Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I would like to welcome you all. I am Becca and I am an illustrator, small business owner, inspiring author, currently finishing her debut novel, yay. And I'm also a gamer at heart. So this is my little Sailor Mercury, I almost said Sailor Moon, but Sailor Mercury illustration. I wanted to do something a little bit different than I did for my other Sailor Moon. I will jot her up over here. And I wanted to make this one a little bit more me inspired, but also getting a little bit what I think she would probably be wearing on a day-to-day basis based on a lot of other little screenshots that I have seen from the actual anime, since I wasn't really gonna sit down and watch. I don't really remember how many seasons there are, I just know that there are a lot of seasons. But I did go through a lot of the screenshots just to remind me a lot of her and how she was, and I do know that she was one of my favorites, along with Sailor Venus and Sailor Moon obviously being number one, but I really did like her a lot. And I also loved how she was like this really smart, shy kind of girl, and you know, it just brought out like she was fun to be around. And I love the fact that, you know, they literally made her that way, and it literally caught on. Like I'm a bit shy. I'm mostly like that person that you meet. I won't be talking a lot because I don't know you, but the minute we get to know you, like the minute I get to know you, I am blabbing. So there is that spectrum for me, and I wanted to kind of capture that sweet yet fun and still really cute moment from her, and I think I really got that. I went on Pinterest to do like a lot of clothes, looks, everything, and I found this pretty little dress. I remember that it was like this little, it's the dress she's literally wearing, and I didn't want it to just be like sleeveless or anything. I don't really think she would wear something like that, especially because I wasn't really planning on it being so like summer vibes. So I did go with a more covered version, even though I do know there are a lot of pictures of her wearing summer clothes, so that is okay. But I thought this was going to be really cool for her, and the fact that she's also carrying a little book with her really gave in what she was and how I remember her. So that's what I went with. I did do a couple of panels, kind of like a little comic so and so. Like I had a full version of her. This is why the video took so long for me to make. I had so many things to color. But it was still really fun to do. I really wanted to capture her the transformation, so I just wanted to make it known that she's transforming. So technically what I did, I just decided to draw her hand holding I don't really remember what it's called, but I wanted to draw her with it, and I don't know, everything I think just has like Crimson Moon power in my head, but I know that's Sailor Moon's one. And I'm gonna say henshin because look, I've watched a lot of stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, henshin does mean transform, so I'm going with that. And I wanted it to show that she was transforming and she's about to kick ass. So this is how I went with it, and I really love that little middle panel. I think that's like what I wanted to capture from her eyes, even though like this image is a little bit further away from you, like the transformation and her in full body. But that literally those two panels on top like just make the entire art pop. One thing that I also really enjoyed was also making her suit. I was gonna do a little bit of adding like the Mercury symbol on her brooch, like on her bow, but as I was looking at the references, I was kind of like, yeah, no, it's just like a little pretty cute gem in the middle. So it would be a little bit weird that she's wearing a necklace that literally has the Mercury sign and then like she's Sailor Mercury, you know? Even though they don't know who Tuxedo Mask is because you can see it obviously. But anyway, I'm not getting into Tuxedo Mask even though I love him. But I really enjoyed just getting into this illustration because of that. When I say like I took my time with this one, it's mostly because I just cleaning this illustration, I took like 3 hours to do. I'm seriously considering sitting my bum down and learning how to work on it's Clip Paint Studio. I always confuse Studio, don't ask me why. And because I know there's a tool there and I've already used it once before, like 3 times actually. I have an illustration that I did testing it out to see if I was gonna be okay with it, and it was crazy because it literally has a little tool that I could just circle around and it just literally picks up what I wanted to, so I could just like make the flat layer straight from the color. So I'm considering migrating to them. Even though I love Photoshop, I have been using it for years, but I don't know with the buzzing. I'm sorry, someone is like honking their horn here. I don't even know if you can hear it, but I'm just letting you guys know. So I don't even know how long it was gonna take me to migrate and get like everything set up the way that I work and like to do things on Photoshop there, but I probably will try it eventually. But mostly besides from that, I just really enjoyed this illustration. It was a fun reminder that I can really do a lot of things with my creativity, especially when I'm planning on doing something a little bit different. And I'm taking my time with it because I want it to be pretty and I want it to look the way that I've always wanted. I want it to look rush. So that's literally why I did not rush this piece. I did take like, I think 10 hours maybe a little bit more, and that is one of the reasons why I don't really work with comics. I do have stories that I have tried to make it into a comic, but I was just thinking about how many panels I was gonna have to color, and then I was like, maybe I could do this with a webtoon. And though I did not actually go past the storyboards with that one, it actually did help me in the writing process of that story for the book. So I was actually pretty excited about that. That was fun for me to do. But when it comes to coloring and the actual drawing itself, I do think that I have really gotten extremely better with drawing folds, especially on the dress, because I really like fluffy dresses and I really like kind of like those schoolgirl skirts. I don't know what they're called right now, but I love those. And I really love the way it like folds in front and everything, and I loved how subtle the dress looked. I did get really better with the sleeves, that I know. I still need to do a little bit more research, a little bit more practice, but I think the more I do it, the more I draw, the better I'll do it. So I do encourage you guys to sit down and just practice, just do it, like go crazy. Don't feel scared that if it's looking bad. I know I have like a couple of ones that I don't really like because I think I over exaggerated on the folds and they were wrong and they look really weird. But the more I did it, the more I see changes. So clothes are your friends. Drawing hands, they are your friends. Drawing feet, that is a whole other subject. And one day we'll get there. But yeah, that is pretty much what I have to say right now. If you guys have been watching until now, thank you so much. I would like to tell you guys that my shop is currently running a sale and practically everything is 50% off. So you guys can enjoy all of the funsy stickers I have and also prints. They're bookmarkers for the book girlies, because I know there are book girlies or book boys. Hey, you know what? Everybody has taste. I don't judge. And yeah, you guys can go check it out. I will leave the link in the description for you guys and also up here on the cards. So you guys can go check it out. When it came to the henshin, or Crimson Moon, I don't know. I really don't know. I actually enjoyed coloring it very much, especially with the blues and the goldy and the yellow. It's just really funky and really cute. The background was actually pretty fun. The bottom background, which I did not talk about, for when she's already transformed, it was actually pretty funny because I was doing it the first time and I was just like, this is looking like a flag. And then I put some other colors and I'm like, this is still looking like a flag. And then I just colored it in. I just made it like a little white background with one of my brushes because it has like texture on it. And that's literally how I got it. But even though every time I look at it, like the first time I looked at it, it looked like a British flag. And then I added in more colors, I tried to change things, and it was starting to look like the South African flag. And I was like, okay, why do I have these flags on my brain? I just wanted it to be like a pretty color that would, just like how they did it in the anime. And you just have like those really crazy, funky, bright colors. And then like the sailors are just standing there doing their awesome poses. Not me doing the Sailor Moon pose when I said that. But yeah, and that was actually pretty much it. When it came to actually coloring this in, okay, I took 2 hours to color. I took an hour to color the normal one, and like the other 3 panels I took another hour, and the rest was literally line art and making sure that everything was perfectly aligned. And then the 3 hours that I told you guys about, literally me cleaning everything. If it was just like 3 hours or a little bit more, because I had a lot of colors, I had a lot of ideas, and even when I was doing the line art, I like to take my time. I want my line art to be nice, I wanted it to be crisp, and I was just going back and forth with it. Some things I did delete so you guys could see when I was doing the nose. Yeah, I had some problems there, but eventually I got it. I do enjoy what I'm doing right now. I'm probably gonna do it. I think the way that I'm going, I'm probably gonna end up doing it in order to how they appear on the show. So I'll probably do Sailor Mars next, I don't really know how I'm going to do this one because I'm not that much of a fan of Sailor Mars, because when I was a kid I had beef with her because I didn't like the way she was treating Uzagi at all. And you know, it's Sailor Moon. I loved Sailor Moon. So I did not like the way she treated her and the way she acted. And that's just me. She did grow on me a little bit afterwards, but you know, like Sailor Venus and Sailor Moon were always my top tier, especially Tuxedo Mask, and a couple of the villains also like just blow me away. One of the villains, he deserved better. He deserved better, and I hate a couple of people that got, you know, I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. He fell in love. That's all I'm gonna say. And it was sad at the end of that episode because I felt sad. And if you know what episode I'm talking about, which involves a friend of, well, if you watched it in English, it's Serena. If you watched it in Japanese, it is Uzagi. And that still hurts. But you know, if you know, you know. Well, I will leave you guys to the rest of this illustration, and I hope you guys enjoy it because it was actually really fun to do, even though I took a really long time. And I will see you guys whenever I finish another illustration because I'm taking my time so it looks really pretty for you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, week, month, year, whenever you're watching this. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, my shop is online and on sale. Go get your stickers. And I love y'all. Bye-bye. Bye.